Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's recap of the Survivor finale.
This is it, the finale of probably the best season ever of Survivor.
Not probably, it was the best.
Okay, so they started out with a season recap, but then we realized that it's just Colby, Russell, Jerri, Sandra, and Parvati in the final five.
Yep, so picking up from the last tribal council when Sandra used her hidden immunity, Russell was pissed because he didn't know about it.
Yeah, and Russell does not like to not be in control. So it's time for the immunity challenge, and it's the old dish stack balance it on a stick one, which is not as easy as it looks.
Really? Because you were like, that's so stupid, it's too easy.
I thought it was going to be really easy because they actually let them have that stick like on that pivot thing. I thought they were going to have to like hold it. Because I remember one season, didn't they have a thing where they had to hold it like on a stick with no thing on the bottom? Alright, so Sandra was the first one out at 9 dishes, and then Jerri at 14, Russell at 15, so it came down to Parvati versus Colby.
But in the end, Parvati won.
That's right. Parvati was just dominating the immunity challenges this season. Mm-hmm. So Colby gives his old surrender speech, you know, because he wants to switch it up. He wants to, you know, play on people's sympathy if he can.
I don't know. This is the second time he's done it this season.
Yeah. He whipped up some tears for the camera, which I think were probably true because I think he was just so frustrated.
I don't think he was crying.
I think he was on the inside.
I don't know.
All right, so then he goes to Russell with a plan. You know, we should get rid of Sandra next because if you guys keep me, it's a bigger chance to get rid of Parvati. But Colby, what if you win immunity? That's the backside of the plan. That's the downside. So it's time for Tribal Council. And the usual chit-chat. And yeah, we go over the fact that Colby really sucks at challenges. So why would they keep him? Because he would not win the challenge. So we find out that we should not trust anyone. Not even ourselves.
True. You
can't. So after the vote, Colby is voted out by at least 3 votes. You knew it was coming.
Oh, Colbster.
I know.
He played a good game.
Read! Okay. Remember that from last week? It's gold. Alright, so it's the time-wasting part of the finale, as always.
I like this part of the finale.
I do and I don't. It's just so dragged out. You collect the masks from the torches of your fallen comrades, and you burn them in the and then you proceed to the final immunity challenge. And this time, the final immunity challenge is a survivor maze. You're blindfolded, but there are like these braille type things for you to read with your hands.
Called guideposts.
Okay.
So you had to use the guideposts to go around and collect 4 different necklaces. Each one had a different symbol. And the whole time it was pretty close.
It was very
close.
Except
for Sandra.
Yeah, she really didn't have a chance at all.
And then in the end, after you collect all of your necklaces, you had to head back to this one spot where the actual immunity necklace was.
Yeah, it was hanging up there. So Parvati and Russell were pretty much neck and neck, but then Jerri found her 4th necklace, and the 3 of them were shoulder to shoulder to shoulder, and it just so happens that Russell grabbed the immunity necklace first, so he won immunity.
Can't stand him.
I think that was probably one of the most exciting immunity challenges in the whole 20 seasons. So Russell makes it known he wants to keep Sandra because he really thinks she's a loser and nobody's going to vote for her to get the money except for Courtney.
If even.
Exactly.
So he's all, it's like time for tribal.
Right.
He's all, alliances are going to get broke, which is not proper English.
No.
Just so you know.
Yeah. After the vote, Jerri was blindsided. She was voted out by 3 votes. I think that was an incredibly stupid move on Russell's part because Jerri didn't do squat the entire season.
Well, I was happy with it because I wanted to see Parvati.
Yes, he wanted Parvati to stay, but I think the most logical thing would have been to get rid of Parvati. Stupid! All right, so it's the final 3 breakfast. They do it every season. Just like the pancake breakfast. We do it every month. And Sandra had the coolest move in the game. She took Russell's hat, probably when he went to go take a dump, and threw it in the fire. It was genius.
And he's probably like, where's my hat?
Hey, did anybody see my hat? What's going on?
Hey, where's my tooth?
It's missing.
Yeah.
All right, so it's time for tribal.
The final tribal.
Opening statements. Sandra, she did it all alone. Russell, he played the freaking game hard.
But Parvati had the best opening statement where she said, Russell was my pet dragon and blah, blah, blah.
That was genius.
It was funny.
It was funny.
And Coach was like, huh?
Yes, because Coach thinks of himself as the Dragon Slayer.
No, he doesn't think of himself as it.
He is the Dragon Slayer. All right, so according to Colby, now it's time for the people to ask their questions on the jury.
/ make statements.
Yes. Colby thinks that Russell is delusional. My dentures are slipping.
Russell claimed that luck plays like no part in this game.
Exactly. It was all him. It was all mental.
Okay, Russell.
I think he is a little mental.
If you want to think that, go ahead.
How many people loved Coach's question / statement? Show of hands.
Coach is always hardcore, and it's awesome.
As a Christian man, who cares? You're so dramatic, and we love you, Coach.
Love it. He's probably one of my all-time faves.
Yes, definitely top 10.
Top 5.
Okay. Amanda. She wanted to know why Sandra should win, and especially when she could never get Russell out. She tried and tried and tried, but she couldn't get Russell out.
That is true, though. That was one of Sandra's main goals, and she never got rid of Russell.
So why should she win? Courtney. Sandra was loyal to Courtney.
Come on, they were biffles the whole game.
Of course they were.
It's obvious who she was voting for.
Yeah. JT. Russell, you only played half the game.
True. Russell only thinks about getting to the end, but he doesn't think about getting the votes from the jury.
He never thinks about the social part of the game at all. He don't care about it. He just wants to make it to the end. Danielle. What would you change, Russell? Are you joking, Danielle?
Obviously, she was looking for him to say, oh, I would have kept you.
I'm sorry. Not happening.
No.
Jerri. What was Jerri saying?
I don't understand.
I don't either. I don't even think Jerri knew what she was saying. All right, and Candace. Russell's a dirty liar, and Parvati is his abused wife.
Candace, you're smoking the crack, aren't you?
I think so. Do
people not remember the moves that Parvati made, like, behind his back and
Parvati was pulling the strings on Russell.
She was.
And let Russell think that he was doing all of the machinations. All right, Rupert. He thanked Sandra, and he told Parvati that she deserves to be there.
So emotional, Rupert. So emotional.
Rupert is the happy-go-lucky, jolly pirate. I gotta love Rupert. All right, so it's time to vote. What a collection of freaks. Exactly. Because everybody on the jury thinks that they should be in the finals. And, it's just a crazy situation. So, Sandra wins. She's disappointed.
I was a little disappointed. I wanted Parvati to win.
I'm shocked. I wanted Sandra to win, but after I had heard all the jury statements, I had thought that Parvati had it in the bag because I didn't really,
I really feel like she deserved it, but
I think they both
Sandra
deserved it. She's a 2-time winner now, which is cool. And Russell's pissed as usual
because he's a 2-time loser, 2 times in a row. As
he was last season. He was so pissed. He wants America to vote because he was pretty confident that if America had a percentage of the votes, he would have won.
I'm pretty sure he'd still lose.
I'm pretty sure too. Sandra's strategy to win the whole thing, she took a little bit as a fan from each season and applied it, and she took it day by day, which I think is a very good strategy because why be planning the finals if you don't make it past the second tribal? Russell had JT's letter laminated, which was pretty cool. He didn't destroy it as
tried to throw it into the fire.
Yeah, which was cool, but Russell grabbed it out because he wanted that forever. And Sandra's husband, very sad, is only on 2 weeks leave, and then he's got to go back to Afghanistan. That sucks. But thank you for serving our country. Parvati. She's the longest player in the game. She's been there the longest.
She's the longest.
Yeah, she's played the longest. And she's second in challenge wins. Only 2.
Colby.
The Copester. Yeah, but he didn't add any really this season.
Not too much.
So it was all pretty much in his season, and I guess in the other All-Star one that he was in. Russell, he thinks Parvati should have won. Guess
Once
what?
again, Jeff pointed out, this isn't Russell chooses who wins Survivor.
No, we don't care what you think, Russell. Why don't you go get another tooth?
Jeff looked so pissed the whole night at Russell.
As he was last season. So Russell doesn't get the whole social thing. I think he's socially inept.
I'm pretty sure he's just really egotistic.
Yeah, could be. I think he really has self-esteem
Blah.
issues, to tell you the truth, and he just plays it off. All right, so Boston Rob wants to kick Russell's ass.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to
Boston Rob.
You're gonna have to get in line, behind a whole bunch of other people, I'm sure. Who's dumber, JT or Tyson? But wait, let's add James, Colby, and Eric to the list, the ice cream scooper. Well, it's gonna be JT because that letter was
JT.
priceless. James, were you not having fun this season? Actually, he said he was, but I find it kind of hard to believe.
He said they showed all of his angry moments. And
his
upset
mopey moments. Colby, he's old.
Oh, Colbster.
He can't win the challenges anymore because he's ready to retire physically.
He's not a young buck.
Amanda, she was a great player.
I can't stand Amanda, for the record. I'm sorry, but there's just something about her that I'm like...
Is there something going on between her and James? I'd like to know. They didn't really say. Stephanie's got a restaurant. It's all she's got.
Really? You had to plug your pizza
It's pretty cheap. It's really cheap. Sari, I did what I could. There wasn't a whole lot of people back in Sari, so it was kind of difficult for her. Coach and Tyson, they're lovers. They're going to have to move to a state that supports gay marriage.
They're not really lovers.
No. But it would be cool if they were. And maybe they would have had the first Survivor baby and not Rob and Amber.
So cute.
Oh, the baby was adorable.
No, unlike The Bachelor, I enjoyed seeing the Survivor
yes. baby. Sorry, Max and whatever the new girl's name is on Bachelor.
Not that I think you're bad kids, but The Bachelor is so creepy about it.
They are. They just trot you guys out at a moment's notice, and like they just turned you into baby whores.
Yeah.
So $100,000 goes to, is it going to be Rupert or is it going to be Russell?
Obviously, you can tell by my face it was Russell.
I really wanted Rupert to get it because I thought he's crazy. All right, and Candace just got married. I don't know. I really don't like Candace, but congratulations. And Jen Lyon, rest in peace.
For real.
Yeah. And on that note, let's bring it to a whole nother level. Survivor 21.
New decade.
Exactly. And it's going to be in Nicaragua. It looks crazy.
It looks scary. I don't want to go there.
Volcanoes, scary animals, Jeff Probst. So guys, thanks for watching this season. We had a blast because it was probably the best season ever. Oh, it was. So till next season, Nicaragua, much love.